Good morning, everyone. I have with me, obviously, Mayor Jane Castor and Darla Portman from the Police Benevolent Association. Wanted to give you an update on our investigation into the death of Officer Jesse Madsen. As you're aware, approximately 1 a.m. Tuesday, March 9th, 25-year-old Joshua Daniel Montague of Golden, Colorado, entered I-275 at Bush Boulevard, driving in the wrong direction, southbound in the northbound lanes. Data collected from both vehicles shows movement consistent with Officer Madsen purposefully placing his vehicle in front of Montague. This data is consistent with the statement of an eyewitness to this crash. At the time of the impact, Montague was traveling over 100 miles an hour, and Officer Madsen was traveling approximately 65 miles per hour. Officer Madsen is a true American hero. He deliberately moved his patrol car into the other driver's path of travel. We believe Jesse Madsen was attempting to stop this wrong-way driver from putting anyone else's life in danger and laying down his own. While full toxicology results are pending, the initial findings show that Montague was intoxicated at the time of the crash. According to detectives, Montague was not visiting Tampa on spring break, but rather in the process of moving to the area. Detectives learned that Montague, who was driving a rental car and staying in a local hotel, had been in Tampa for less than 12 hours before this fatal crash occurred. This whole incident could have been avoided. Due to his heroic efforts, Jesse will be awarded the Police Purple Shield, presented to officers who suffer an extreme physical injury or death in the line of duty. He will also receive the Medal of Honor, the highest medal awarded to any employee who distinguishes himself by an act of heroism at the cost of imminent personal danger. Officer Madsen's family will receive the Gold Cross Award, which is presented to families of law enforcement officers who die in the line of duty. To honor the life of Officer Madsen, a candlelight vigil will occur tonight at 6:30 outside of police headquarters, and we will unveil his name that has been engraved on our monument. This event is open to the public. His funeral service will take place Tuesday, March 16th at 11 a.m. at Idlewild Baptist Church. This event is also open to the public. Mayor?
Thank you, Chief. As you know, this is a very difficult time for the men and women of the Tampa Police Department and the City of Tampa family. As I said the other day, when a name is etched upon the police memorial, we always pray that that will be the last, knowing that unfortunately that isn't the nature of law enforcement. We have an incredible law enforcement agency here in the city of Tampa. And the men and women in uniform work tirelessly day and night. That means 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to keep each of us safe in our homes and in our travels. And they go about doing what they do every single day without an expectation of recognition or appreciation. But as Officer Madsen so tragically displayed, each of them would lay down their lives to protect our community. So I would just ask that the community surround Jesse Madsen's family and loved ones with a sense of community and with a sense of love. And if you have a minute and you see a first responder in uniform, just take a second to say thank you for what they do every single day to protect us in this community. And if there are any individuals out there that would like to show their support to the Madsen family, please come out to the candlelight vigil this evening. And there are a number of ways that his family can be supported financially as well. And those will be up on the City of Tampa website and the Tampa Police Department website. So again, we are grateful for Officer Jesse Madsen and his sacrifice, and I am equally grateful for every single man and woman that puts on that uniform and goes out to protect our community every single day. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions?
I know it's still early, relatively speaking, in this investigation, but I spoke yesterday to the Florida Department of Transportation, and they tell me that more than 90% of these long-way drivers are in fact intoxicated or impaired drivers. Have you been able to establish where Mr. Madsen was, prior to the accident?
Yes, we checked his hotel room, and this is a complete tragedy for both families. We checked his hotel room, and he hadn't even opened his luggage. There was some beer bottles found in his hotel room, and we have reason to believe he was at a local bar, and basically through interviews, he was out drinking somewhere. And so we're still following up, trying to determine exactly who he was with and who he talked to that night.
The Department of Transportation, as you know, is working to increase their long-way detection equipment. And the detection equipment that is installed at Whitmore Boulevard was not activated in 1 a.m. Is there any other possibility of entrance when he may have gained entry going the long way at the same time?
No, the hard part, as you know, some of the stuff we are able to piece together through witnesses, people who called 911. But the real difficulty is, if he was intoxicated, he's not familiar with the area. I don't know. We try to find a way it could have been prevented, but I think when you add all the circumstances together, I just don't know. I don't have the answer for it when you have an intoxicated driver who's not familiar with the area.
So now I'm not 100% certain about this, but I heard that Cap's Officer Madsen was actually on his way home. Was at the end of his shift.
Yeah,
He answered this call.
well, we believe he was on his way home. We don't think he was answering the call. It all happened so fast that he just reacted and placed himself in front of that car.
I spoke to a witness yesterday who was traveling in the same direction as Mr. Madsen was now interstate. She was on the correct side of the interstate. She described it as he flew past her, and that when she saw the red and blue lights, that essentially there was an explosion.
When I was at the scene shortly after it happened, and the condition of the cars, obliterated, especially the one that Mr. Montague was driving. The front end was gone. The engine was on the side of the road. Officer Madsen's car was, in a ditch on its side. We couldn't get him out. I truly feel for our officers who were first there and their sense of helplessness. And again, when you have alcohol involved, this whole thing could have been avoided. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. What you said? What we take away from it? Well, like I said, he's a true American hero. This is a person who, served in the military. He was a Marine. Jesse Madsen, to put it quite bluntly, he was a badass. And if you ever got in trouble, if you ever called 911, if you ever needed a backup, he's the guy you wanted. He is the guy that was going to answer the call, and he was going to do whatever it took. 7 life-saving awards. And really 8. He's going to get several medals, but really 8. He put his life down to stop this from happening. Thank you.